Good morning, friends. Today, the video or the talk is meant on the translocations of the solutes and the various theories proposed by the scientist or a worker in the transport or translocations of minerals as well as the water. Well, friend, mass flow theory was proposed by a German scientist known as the Munch in 1930. Well, according to him, translocation is a physical phenomenon, and the assumptions which were made by the in this hypothesis that the turgor pressure gradient exists in between the source and sink. So this pressure is maintained between the source and the sink, and the translocations takes place passively in a response to Turger pressure gradient. This hypothesis assumes that sieve tubes are connected to one another and the means of a cytoplasmic connections, thus forming a continuous system which is called as symplast. So this symplast is nothing but a connections between the sieve tubes, and these sieve tubes are connected to one and another by means of a cytoplasm connections, and thus forms a system or a continuous system. And the connections of these sieve tubes due to the with the cytoplasmic connections are also to be known as the symplast system. At the utilization end, water diffuses into xylem of a leaf and continuous system is established in the pressure flow. There is a unidirectional flow of a solute in a phloem. Water and solutes move together in same direction at the same rate. Mechanism of mass flow theory. So there are the few principles of a mass flow which can be illustrated with the help of a simple model. Two chambers A and B which selectively permeability are connected by tube C. So as the cell shows the permeability, this is one of the most important aspects. In A, the osmometer is filled with a highly concentrated sugar solution, and this corresponds to the source, that is the mesophyll cells. In B1, osmometer is filled with less concentration solution of a sugar than A1, but still higher than its surrounding. It corresponds to sink, that is root cells. C corresponds to longitudinal system of sieve tubes connecting leaf and root cells, and T represent xylem vessels. Water from B returns to A through this tube. This is a diagram. Well, you can observe this. This is the mesophyll root cells. Look out at this dilute solutions. Here the sink osmometer, which solution moves toward the source of osmometer, concentrated solutions, and again it flows. Mechanism of translocation. It contains higher concentration of sugar. It absorbs large quantity of water and develop higher turgor pressure. The solution will flow from A to B via C under pressure gradient. The flow will be continuous until the concentration of both osmometer is equalized. Well, if a continuous condition of a sugar at A and it is removable at B is arranged, then there will be a continuous mass flow from A to B and a continuous passage of water from B into outer vessel will be established. This hypothesis assumes that there should be a pressure gradient from source of sink along the sieve tubes. This was supported by experiments by Hamel in 1968. He took direct measurement of sieve tubes turgor pressure in an oak plant, that is a botanical name or binomial name is the Corcus rubrum, with a special microneedle. The values he obtained at two different points are similar to the values that Munch model predict. Active loading and unloading of sucrose favors pressure flow hypothesis. This hypothesis assumes that water and solutes should move together in same direction at same rate along sieve tubes. Water moves fast than the sugar, but it may be due to more permeability of a hydrogen dioxide S2O to permeability of water, to sieve tubes that of a sugars. So evidence is that this hypothesis assumes that solute is unidirectional in sieve tubes through some physiologists claim bidirectional flow, but this flow appears due to a result of maturing leaves that change itself from sink to the sources. Now, see, the Munch hypothesis believes that a translocation is a purely physical process, but a rate of a solution is affected by translocation inhibitory chemicals. This clearly indicates that a translocation is a physical process. Bidirectional flow cannot be explained by this theory. Mass flow is possible only when sieve pores are not plugged, but sometimes mass flow takes place through the sieve tubes are plugged. According to this hypothesis, there should always be a positive gradient between source and sink. However, it has been observed that positive gradient always does not exist, but still mass flow takes place. So, friends, this is just an introduction of a mass flow theory. Well, rest of the part of this theory will be having a discussion in a brief in our next lecture. Thank you.